Hey, we're live.
We are live at the Madhouse. Hey, Ben.
Another Monday.
Another Monday for the Soluri.
No guts, no glory
hour. Today is, June 8th.
June 8th.
I was going to say the first Monday of June, but it's not.
Yeah,
obviously, because 7 plus 1 is 8.
It's a beautiful winter we're having this summer. You know?
It's crazy, right?
Oh.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Although
It's
today
nuts.
wasn't so bad. Yesterday was beautiful.
Well, it's going to get windy and rainy tonight, so.
Well, thanks.
And tomorrow.
I'm camping out in Montauk tomorrow. I really don't want to hear rain and wind, but that's okay.
No, it'll clear up by the nighttime, and you'll have Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday's going to be nice. Going to do some four-wheeling on a girls-only trip. Sorry, but...
Not really. She took off because she's sick tomorrow.
Yeah, no, not tomorrow, but
Wednesday.
tomorrow night into Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's going to be fun.
Going out to Montauk, so that should be fun. Yeah, and we had a great, busy weekend. Sang with the Rockin' 45s this past Friday
Yes,
at Venetian Shores. Matt Nappo and Mikey Scarione, a.k.a. Mike Shane. Love you guys.
Yes, great night. A lot of fun time, great
Yeah.
people.
And then Saturday, we were hanging with two of our guests and really good friends, Eddie Harris, screenwriter,
Frank Macri.
fabulous writer, and Frank Macri, comedian. And I just want to plug where we were Saturday night. We went to see my sister again, a reprise of the show Ready or Not, because it was just great. Written by a local, Christopher Hackett.
Right.
Hackert.
Hackert.
And not only did we have the privilege to see the show again, but Chris played Dr. Apocalypse in Saturday night's closing performance.
And I told everybody, I posted it on Facebook, not to miss this show. When I tell you this show was hilarious, we went twice. We went twice.
And we saw it last year too, and asked them to bring it back, which they did this year.
This show needs to be in big theaters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hysterical. You laugh throughout. It's great. My sister-in-law.
Carol Spallone Smith, yeah, you rock, girl. You're funny as hell.
You're amazing, sweetheart. Love you.
We love you. And Chris Hackert, I just want to, again, just say, you're a fabulous writer.
Yes.
The comedic role constantly throughout the whole play was just fabulous. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a laugher out loud person, and you too.
Yeah, even the lines on top of the other lines, like while someone's talking, another line was coming in.
Yeah.
It was just
Well,
nonstop.
and the whole
funny.
cast was great.
The cast was great.
And I just want to give the number to the theater because it's a local theater, and of course everybody knows you should support the local arts. I mean, we have local artists on here all the time, and that's what it's all about, trying to give them some notoriety and some publicity. So South Shore Theater Experience is located, I got to put on my glasses, I'm trying to get away without it, but
In the meantime, I'm going
not
to give a shout out to my daughter Vanessa and her boyfriend Sean, who's in Ireland right now. They just left Amsterdam and they're in Ireland.
and they're watching.
And they're watching it across the world. So, love you guys. Be safe.
Hi guys, love you.
Stay away from the red light district.
They were already there, honey.
Oh.
But anyway, so South Shore Theater Experience is located at 315 West Montauk Highway in Lindenhurst. And the number for the box office is 669-0506, of course, 631 area code for those of you watching in faraway lands, in case you want to come to a show, hop a plane. Or the website is www.southshoretheater.com.
And they're always looking for people.
Yeah.
And they do an improv. I forgot when. I think it's.
Well, if they go on the website, because there's so many
go on the
things they
website.
do,
I mean,
yeah.
it's a lot to do. They welcome people all the time. It's a lot of fun. It's
Yeah,
a
they
great
have
experience.
they have cabaret shows, which I heard is really great. They're actually going to be doing something called Silence, which is a musical parody of Silence of the Lambs. And we're definitely gonna check that
Yeah.
out because it just sounds crazy. But anyway, I just want to thank all of you guys down at the theater. You're awesome, and hopefully some people will come out and check you guys out as per our advice.
That's true.
And one more thing, next Monday, after next Monday's show, we're gonna be jetting right out of here because
Yes.
my husband, the one and only Vinny Soluri, is gonna be doing his first stand-up stint.
That's
Say
right.
that 3 times fast. At
First
Revolution.
stand-up stint.
Yeah, at the Revolution Club, which is on the corner of Route 110 and Montauk Highway in Amityville.
Come on
Yeah, so
down. Let me
it's-
make you laugh.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show. Great comedians, including Frank Macri and Richie Ragu, right?
Yes. And if I don't make you laugh anyway. Help me out.
Yeah, and everybody
Don't
that
leave me
knows
stranded.
everybody that knows Vinny knows he's a funny guy, and everybody said his entire life, you should do comedy.
This is why I'm
So
doing
this
it.
is it. You asked for it, you got it. So we want to see you guys down there
This
next
is
Monday
true.
night. Show starts at 7:30?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Right,
And
so
I'm
get
gonna
there
go
at
on early
7:30.
probably because I'm the new guy, so.
New guy. So you're going to rock it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm
So,
looking
so
forward to
anyway,
it.
we have a really impressive guy in the studio tonight. Actually, we have another one too, but he's behind the camera, so we'll say hello to him too. But right now, sitting next to me, we have Lance Day. Hi, Lance.
Hi, how are you?
How are you tonight?
I'm doing well, how are you?
Oh, I'm really good. You are first of all, I just have to say this, a hugely accomplished musician.
Thank you.
You play how many instruments?
15.
15, that's
Yeah.
15 instruments,
Yeah.
which is incredible. And your main instrument is,
Well, my main instrument is actually clarinet, but I do play a lot of piano too. I started on piano first, but went to school for clarinet. But I play guitar, drums, bass, usually whatever instrument's missing in a group. It's like, Lance, want to play in a group? Like, what's missing? All right, that's what I'm playing.
we need an oboe,
Now-
let's
now
go
do you-
Lance.
no,
Yeah, that's happened.
That's, do you
was trying to
read
think of
music?
something obscure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. No, I was a
Okay.
music teacher. Still am. I do teach privately still. But
You're a graduate of Crane School of
Crane School of
Music,
Music, yes.
right?
So,
Which is an amazing
yeah.
thing,
yeah.
yeah.
It's in the middle of nowhere. It's very cold. You have to be good there because there's nowhere to go.
Right, right.
So you do private lessons, you go to
Yes.
people's house and you, is that just for the clarinet?
Just for the clarinet primarily. It's on occasion I will do other instruments like saxophone and flute too, but I mostly teach clarinet primarily.
Okay. And how does somebody find you to get a clarinet tutor?
Usually through word of mouth. A kid will have a positive experience, and then from there they'll tell another mom, and then I'll get a phone call, and then usually from that kind of
And so
Okay.
on and
exchange,
so
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And what age you usually work with?
Oh, all ages.
What-
Actually, my
What's
youngest.
what's common though?
I would say mostly middle school.
Middle school.
I work a lot of middle school kids, but I've had college students who are preparing for their auditions. I had kids who are just starting out for the first time. Really, everything in between.
And have you ever had like a young kid like that was like amazing, like picked up, like unbelievable and
Oh, absolutely. That's actually the most exciting thing when you have a young student who has that love for music and it's innate with them, and then you just kind of help to bring it out.
They're like a sponge, so
Yeah.
anything you show them,
Yeah.
not only do they learn, but they excel at it and just kind of perfect it, right? You kind of
Yeah.
see it in the transition form.
And that's the
I
nice thing
guess.
about teaching too, yeah, because when you have a student who is just starting out for the first time and they're maybe not so great at it, but they want to play, and you coach them to do something they didn't think they can do, that's very rewarding. And from
Absolutely.
the other side, it's also just as rewarding when you have a time when a student's just a sponge and takes it all in,
Takes it
and
all
then you just kind of put them on the right track. So.
Well, you wouldn't have liked me. I have a story. When do I not? In fourth grade, in primary school,
this ain't that flute at band camp, is it?
No, no.
Okay.
you get the choice of, wanting to play, put in your request to play an instrument. And I decided too late that I really wanted to play the drums. I mean,
Yeah.
that was always something I had wanted to do. But back that time, I was kind of shy, I guess, and I hesitated, and, those who hesitate, lose out, obviously. So I got, well, I'm not going to say get stuck. I'm not going to say that to you. You're a clarinet teacher. That would be really bad. But in my eyes, I got stuck playing the clarinet. And for the whole year, I really didn't practice,
Oh, no.
didn't play. And I remember sitting at the concert, and I'm the little one, so I'm always in front. So here's the audience, and I'm the last one on the stage by the audience. And I had no idea what I was playing, and I just kind of like faked it. I don't even know if I even blew into the thing, but I remember thinking, wow, I hope nobody can tell that I'm not really playing.
Well, you learned the first rule of musicianship is fake it till you make it, so that's good.
Yeah, well, I made it other things, but just not the clarinet. So it was 1 year, but maybe had I had you back
Maybe.
then, maybe you could have showed me
It's
some
funny
discipline.
because when I think of school bands and stuff, I always think of my niece, Lisa Marie, also my goddaughter. She played the cymbals.
You told me.
And it was funny because she was this big, the cymbals were this big, but man, when her part came, she was boom, and she was all so happy. Me and my brother would die.
That's funny. Yeah, that's cute. And somebody has to play the cymbals too.
Well, you'd be
So-
surprised.
It all goes together.
The guy who plays the triangle in New York Philharmonic makes a pretty good salary just waiting,
Wow.
15 minutes just. Ding.
Yeah, you think about that, right?
Yeah.
Now, does he have to read music?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of rests, but
See, you would think, I always thought, well, once you know the song, you don't need to read the music because you know where, you would know where your part is, but
Yeah.
they still.
You still read. It's like a kind of a safety blanket almost. When I'm playing in large, and I used to play in like symphonic bands and wind ensembles and things.
I
of
was
that
going to
nature.
ask you that, actually, yeah.
So when you play the music enough, you know where everything is, but you still like the music just to be there as a safety blanket. You still kind of double check and
Right.
make sure you're in the right spot.
Do you, have you ever had like a desire to like play in the pit of like a Broadway show or anything like that? I mean,
Well,
is that?
yeah, I've never
anything-
played on Broadway, but I've done a lot of pit orchestras for different high schools.
Oh, great.
So I love West Side Story is one of my favorite ones. I played a lot of instruments in that one. I played, like,
Really? Oh, that's great.
6 instruments in that show.
Oh, my sister
Yeah.
played Maria
Yeah.
in actually several times in different theater groups. That performance, everybody loves West Side Story.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Mine too, because when you're a Jet, you're a Jet all over. And I'm still a Jet fan, so
Yeah, right.
that
That's
was
great.
always.
So you would do theater again? I should put you in
Oh,
touch with
yeah.
like my sister's theater group and.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I miss it. The theater was a lot of fun. It's a different kind of scenario too, because in a theater book you usually cover a few instruments in one book. So they'll have like woodwind one, which might be maybe clarinet, bass clarinet, and saxophone, and then there'll be parts where you switch from part to part. So that's a big challenge in that kind of music because it stretches out your chops a lot. When you're going from a small embouchure of a flute into a big embouchure of a tenor saxophone,
right.
like from one tune to another.
Yeah, it's so diverse.
I
so
always,
diverse.
I always wondered from playing a sax or anything like that. Does your cheek stretch out?
They're not supposed to. Dizzy Gillespie is known for his ginormous cheeks, which I think was also part of a medical thing, but that's another story. But it's
Really?
Yeah, but your
Wow.
cheeks are not actually supposed to puff out when you play your instrument. It's supposed
Okay.
to.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it depends on how the air is flowing. You're not supposed to really
Yeah,
store it
'cause-
here. It's supposed to come from
Yeah,
here,
when,
is
when
that right?
so they call it playing with your diaphragm. So
Right.
the idea is to make sure your muscles are nice and firm, so that you can basically spin your air. It's actually cool when you master the technique. I always tell my students you'll feel it when it happens, but the air spins out of your body, out of your mouth, and into your instrument.
Really?
And if you can control that spin, you get like this really monstrous tone. But when your cheeks puff out, then it just kind of disperses. And
Right, and that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes absolute total
Ah.
sense. It's that's nice now that.
So did you love Louis Armstrong?
Oh yeah, well Louis cool because Louis
Louis
has
cool.
he
Let me
had
get you
no-
a shirt. Louis cool.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should. No, he's because he has is a very distinct voice that nobody can ever duplicate. That's him, and no matter what you do, no matter where you go, you hear that voice, you know exactly who it is.
Right,
And-
right. But he played trumpet also, right?
Yeah, he played trumpet. And a great singer. It's by technical terms, it's like pretty. Probably not the best technique, but it means something when you hear
Right,
it,
right.
and that's what counts at the end of the day. If you like it, then it's good.
Right. You play violin?
No, actually, that's the only. I don't play the
I had a
strings,
feeling you didn't because you play all those other cool things, and then there's the violin. I'm thinking he plays all those other things. It's got to be one, and I was thinking it was that.
Yeah, I wanted
So-
to though. When I was little, I wanted to play violin. So for Christmas, I've been begging my mom, I want to play violin. I want to play violin. So one Christmas, I think this is when I was maybe like 9. I get this box that was shaped like a violin, so I saved it for last. So opened some
no.
socks, opened up a Nintendo. That was kind of cool, but I was waiting
Yeah.
for the violin. I saved it
Yeah,
for last.
aw, that's so cute.
I opened that box, and inside that box is this other box, and a little letdown. So I opened up that box. There was a guitar in there. And I like to believe that at the time I was old enough to be grateful, but I think I may have made a face.
Yeah, aw, yeah,
And the
'cause you
guitar,
had-
I wanted to play violin.
I could just see you in your room with that guitar on your chin. I'll play the violin. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
So, but that's actually how I started playing guitar because
But
it went in my closet and it stayed there. And then we have anybody my age remembers the Blizzard '96, which
Sure.
Yeah.
everything was shut down for
Yes.
weeks on end, and
Yeah.
all the video games were beat. You got to tire of the snow. So
Right.
there was that guitar sitting in the closet.
And that's when you picked it up?
That's when I picked it up. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. So thank you to mom, right?
Yeah,
You know,
thanks,
all
Mom.
those years she knew what she was doing. But you know what? Even from a parent's perspective, you must have had really supportive parents because,
I have
like,
phenomenal
playing
parents.
instruments is costly.
Yes.
It's time consuming. You know,
It's annoying while you're learning.
Absolutely. That's,
Absolutely. So I give your parents really a lot of credit because they must be extraordinary to.
Yeah, they were. They were very,
you know,
very much are. They
to
were
be
very
supportive
supportive.
in that way.
Anything that we wanted to do, they let us do. They let us try, and that's all. Especially when you go into music, a lot of parents, get nervous when you go into music, but they were supportive from the very beginning.
Right,
So
right.
And my younger brother is a musician also.
I was going to ask you, how many siblings?
I have two younger brothers, so they both play music.
Really? Oh, you
yeah,
guys just have it in your blood.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
So no, I'm very thankful for having very supportive parents that made a lot of sacrifices to make sure that we went on the school trips and went on all the experiences, got the instruments.
That's fabulous. Yeah, because that's a big. I mean, for
You
as
guys
many
could have
that
formed
you-
a group and called yourself the 3 Days.
We've tried.
Yeah, that's cute. Actually, we know a band called 3 Days.
Yeah, 3 Days till Sunday.
Till Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, we tried. It's funny. I don't get to play with my brother very often, so there's only been a couple of instances where we play in the same band together, which is always a blast because
that's
we
gotta
played
be
just as kids all the time. So when we play in a band together, we can read each other very well.
Right.
And I used to play in a group with him, and I played soprano saxophone. He played tenor saxophone. And then he would trade solo. So I would solo, and then I would rest, and he would solo, and we'd go back and forth. But we did one set where we played a solo together. And because I know his lines, he knows my lines, we were feeding right off of each other, and it sounded composed. It was an
That's
awesome
great.
experience.
Well, you know what they always say too. Family just has a natural, even harmonizing with siblings.
Yeah,
Singing together. There's just like that natural kind of thing that just clicks.
yeah, absolutely.
So so
Like the
that's-
Jackson 5, the
Yeah,
Osmonds.
yeah, definitely. It's
What a Carpenter's brother and sister?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. My sister and I, it's a family thing. When you have it in the family, that's great. Do you want to give a shout out to your brothers and your parents for all?
Shout out to my brother, my mom. We'll start with mom because my mom, Jarita, my dad Russell, and my brothers Austin, Alec. Love you guys very much.
I think
Yeah.
that's great. Well, we're going to talk more with Lance. We're just going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back. So stay tuned. We're going to take some calls too, so you can call in, and if you have any questions for Lance, that'd be great. Stay tuned.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
this is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is me, GMC, in the place to be, the greatest MC in history. There will never be an MC greater than me. And right about now, the only place for you to be is with your one and only Madhouse TV. You are the man.
Time to make the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts are always fresh. I made the donuts. We make them at least twice every day. Time to make the donuts. Not a few kinds, like supermarket. Made the donuts. Time to make the donuts. But up to 52 varieties. The donuts. Time to make the donuts. I made the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, up to 52 varieties, fresh day and night. No supermarket can say.
And we are back with Lance Day. Lance Day, how are you, honey?
Life is good. Doing good.
Life
Good.
is good.
Life is good. So, and I just want to give a shout out to your compadre who's behind the cameras tonight, and that's David Mann. Hi, David.
Hey.
Watch him from the background, but it certainly isn't background as far as the business goes, correct?
No, not even a little bit.
Okay, so we.
He's the
so-
king of sales, right?
Oh, he's one of the best.
He's the best.
So let's talk about what it is that you do, and then we're going to talk about what David does with
Sure.
you and everything. So your company is called HiFiveMusic.
Yes.
So that's HiFiveMusic.com. So anybody that wants to find Lance can do so by going on.
Right.
But tell them all the different places like.
Well, you have
Twitter.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's our main three.
Right.
And it's just /HiFiveMusic on all three of those.
Okay, good. So what is HiFiveMusic?
So HiFiveMusic is a new subscription-based music service. So instead of your regular CDs and MP3s, we sell subscriptions. So a fan would subscribe directly to a band for $2.99 per year. And that subscription would allow them to have the entire catalog. So it's not just one song, it's not just one album, it's everything they make for the next year. And you just renew once a year for each artist that you're subscribed to. And as they release new music, it just shows up in your library and you can just download it.
It just automatically comes
Now,
out of your
opposed
subscriber.
to buying music on the internet is like 99 cents a song, right?
Yeah.
So
It's $2.99 for the entire catalog. So, for example, one of our premier artists, Ike Turner, so with an AH. So,
AH
yeah, hip-hop guy, yeah.
TURNAH?
Yeah. mhm.
Okay.
So he's one of our top performing artists, and he has 2 full albums on there. So it's 24 tracks, which is $2.99. You get all of that for $2.99. And he's releasing a new album in a few months when we talked last. So.
Wow.
So if you're subscribed to him now, then you get those 24, and then.
so
yeah.
it's a 12-month
It's like a 12-month subscription.
subscription.
Right.
No, so from when you start to 12 months later,
Right.
or is there a starting date and a cutoff date?
No, so if you were to do it today, if you subscribe to a band today, then June 8th of next year, you
Right.
would just resubscribe. to
Right,
the
so
band.
it's 1 year from when.
Now, this is all new and upcoming artists.
Right, so what we're doing is we're focusing specifically on emerging talent, helping to break new music. So we won't find the mainstream stuff in radio, but our hope is that they become mainstream from being on our service.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Of course, with technology the way it is, I mean, it's
Yeah.
not such a out of the realm of possibility, using that venue. And they're not just local artists, so
No,
really, this is
yeah.
worldwide.
We have artists
Correct.
from all over the world. We have from Germany, Austria, Australia, Canada, of course, United States, South Africa.
So you have a
Yeah.
different, you definitely have diverse types of music as
Absolutely.
well. I mean, if you're talking about Africa and Germany and everything else.
Yeah.
Germany's what, like a lot of techno,
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
techno kind of stuff, right?
There's this
Out of
great group
Germany?
on the site called Noisebud, and it's this glitchy electronica music, and it is really awesome. It's,
Is it really?
Yeah,
I'll have to
it's like
check
the
it
girl
out.
with the dragon tattoo kind of a vibe to it.
Okay,
It's
oh,
really
awesome.
cool. Yeah.
Great. Now, I think we have a few friends that actually have music on, right? You have Kate, does Casey have music on your site?
No, I think Phil does though, right?
Yes, Phil does.
Oh,
Yeah.
Phil
Phil
Walker,
Walker.
okay,
Yes.
yeah, Phil's great, he's a good friend of ours.
Yeah, well, Phil
Christine.
creates some great beats, you know.
He
Yeah,
does.
yeah, he
He
likes to
really does
compose,
some- yeah.
like for soundtracks,
Yeah.
and like he has that edgy, thriller kind of stuff, right?
He also he started a clothing line. I got to give a shout out to
That's
Twisted,
right.
Twisted Talent.
Yeah.
That's
I want
right.
you guys to go out there and get some of that apparel. It's really sharp.
TwistedTalent.com, yeah, really great stuff.
TwistedTalent.com.
So, and even if like, say I'm an artist and I have a couple of albums, you know,
Yeah.
that's on your site, if I just come out with a single too, right? I can put the single on, doesn't have to be in a whole album format?
So we to start on HiFiveMusic, you need to start with 3 songs to start. And what the idea is, you know, if you were to buy a song for 99 cents, you know, the fan is getting at least their money's worth in that sense. After that, an artist can release the music at their own pace, which is another advantage of HiFiveMusic, where when you're on a label,
Right.
you
have to make
gotta
X-
get the album, you have to have the album done by this time,
Right.
and then
There
you
are
have your-
time constraints.
Exactly.
yeah.
You have the 3 songs
Contracts.
you really put all your heart and soul into, and then the other 10 that you kind of like rushed out without having fleshed out all the ideas.
Right.
Now,
And-
are you the one that started this?
Yes. So I wanted to start some sort of an online record label kind of an idea. That's how it started. And when I thought about it, I felt like it was all done already, and that wasn't the direction that music was going in. So, I mean, a lot of people say this, but it almost came out of my sleep that I had the idea of, instead of subscribing to a massive catalog of music, instead to subscribe individually to artists, because what winds up happening is when you subscribe to a catalog, the artist actually gets a short end of the stick on that. As a fan, it's great for me because I pay one fee and I get 16 million songs. But
Unlimited,
for the
yeah.
artist, they don't get a very, very small percentage of that. I mean, less than 1/100% sometimes. You'd have to sell 2,000 streams in some cases to make what you would make on one subscription on HiFiveMusic.
Right,
So it really works out for the band. They get $2 fee subscription. The company gets 99 cents per subscription. And it gets paid to them monthly, so they're not waiting for a long time. You know,
Right, that's
whatever
great.
they
Oh,
get
that's
in
good.
that month, the following month they get what they earned.
Yeah, and that's great because we all know, I mean, you're a musician.
Yes.
I'm a musician, you know, people work hard at what they do.
Yeah.
And to just give stuff away when they've, been creative too, especially, a little bit of a return
Absolutely.
in what you do and all your hard work is worth it. So you have their best interest in art too. Plus it's affordable for
Exactly.
the subscriber.
Right.
It's $2.99. My God, it's like a cup of
Are
coffee.
you gonna
really, you know?
stick with new and upcoming artists, or are you looking to get to already established artists?
Well, we've had the conversation for the day when that eventually comes, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for now, the goal is definitely emerging talent. Yeah, so it's because that's where it's at. It's we listen to the radio, we hear the same thing over and over again, and it's not anybody's fault but the system. And when you go out to a show, out on Revolution, for example, you hear an amazing band. This sounds different, and it's great, but we can't find it anywhere. So
Right.
we're hoping
Exactly.
to
Well, you go to Revolution next week on a Monday, you're gonna hear amazing comedy.
That's right.
You're gonna hear amazing comedy, yeah. So you're the CEO.
Yes.
And that's a great brainstorm in your dreams kind of thing, to wake up and have an epiphany like that.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And then David Mann tell us a little bit about David. I guess he's too shy to come on camera.
No, David, he's the chief operating officer, the number 2 guy, and we've battled this thing together from the very beginning. We worked together doing music production before HiFiveMusic existed. So
So first of all, how long have you known each other? I mean,
about 4 or 5 years now, I guess.
okay.
Yeah,
And that was
well,
through the
yeah.
music industry?
Well, just to clarify, David was gonna come on, but his purple shirt was in the laundry, so he couldn't come.
Yeah, no, it's Dave and I worked together doing the production stuff. I actually met him at the bank. That's where he works. So
Oh, okay.
so we linked up through that, and then became best friends. It's a lot of people say you shouldn't work with your best friends, but I don't think that's true. Like I trust him with my life.
Yeah, well, I think it depends on the two people and the credibility and the integrity.
Absolutely, and anything
can't
you
say
do,
never,
Yeah, anything that you do, especially when you're starting a business, you need to be around people you trust. That's
Exactly.
really
You
important.
scared me
yeah.
there for a minute. I thought you said I met him at the bank. He had a mask and a gun. What the hell's going on here?
So how did that work? You were a patron at the bank and you just started to.
Yeah, we just
it's funny how that happens.
You gave him a high five, and it all started from
And
there.
everything was history.
Yeah.
No, it's he's just a great person. So it's we helped me get my car that I bought. So it's
there you go.
so we started talking from there, and then we just started hanging out, and it was cool. So and then he has a love for music also. So so we started doing the music production stuff together. So before I had HiFiveMusic, I had my production company, LD Music Productions. So I was doing music for Anheuser-Busch.
Now, do you still do that?
I still do that, absolutely. So
Wow, busy boy.
yeah, I like being busy.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
So so we've done a lot of projects like that together, and then approached him at a Panera Bread, and I said, I got this crazy idea. You subscribe directly to the artist. It's like, that's cool. Let me digest that.
Wow, that's-
because it hasn't really been done before.
Oh,
now.
we got a phone call?
Yeah.
We have a phone call. All right,
have
we're
a
going to pick
phone
up.
call.
Let's see what they have to say. Ask you some questions. Hello, good evening. You're calling the Soluri No Guts, No Glory Hour. Who are we speaking with?
This is Frankie Macri here.
Frank
Frankie!
Macri, how you doing, sweetheart?
What's going on over there?
Not much. Well, we're in the middle of a great show with a great, really talented guest. But you're probably watching, so you know that, correct?
Well, I see that Mr. Day's on, right?
That's
Yes,
correct.
yes.
That's right.
All right, so Mr. Day, tell me a little more about your business there. It sounds very interesting.
Yeah, sure. So are you an artist yourself?
Well, I'm a comic.
Oh, there you go. That's cool. So it's
So now, if Frank has an album, a comic album, could he put that on there, or is it just music?
Well, we have discussed that. We don't have a genre for comedy up there yet, but we can always put it on. There's no reason why we couldn't. So
I mean,
it's,
I think that's a great idea
Yeah.
because when you go in different, you can subscribe
Right.
through other venues, outlets, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and you have a comedy, or even like Pandora or whatever. You have a comedy
Right, yeah.
menu.
Well, I'm a
so
musician, so I'm not as tied into that world. So I don't have as many contacts in that world. But
Right.
I have been approached on a couple of occasions about that. So that's something that we can definitely consider.
All right, so Frank, you have to come out with a comedic album, and then maybe you could be the first to lead the way in the comic field on HiFiveMusic.com. What do you think?
That sounds very interesting. We call it Frankie's Box.
Only you, Mac, only you.
Well, we look forward to seeing you next week at Revolution, Frank.
Yeah, don't forget, Mr. Day, we want to give you an invite. We have a great show coming up next Monday at the Revolution in Amityville. Vinny's going to make his debut.
We have another
I'm
one.
actually more excited for Vinny than for myself.
Thank you, brother. I love you.
That's great.
I look forward to
You guys
it.
too. Janet,
Yes.
thank
Yes.
you there.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, make sure you sit next to me at the Revolution, please.
I'll sit right on your lap, sweetheart, okay?
I love you, brother.
All right, take care. We'll talk to you, Frank. Love you, sweetheart.
Okay, Mr. Day, good luck with your business adventure.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
All right.
Frank. Bye-bye, sweetie.
Love you guys.
Love you too, honey. So that's actually, you know what? That's something to consider in the future.
Absolutely. No, we've talked about it. We didn't have as a big demand for it right away. So
Right.
But we've added genres to the site before. We've had artists contact us and say, I really consider myself to be a chill out lounge artist. So we've added that genre to accommodate. One of the things I wanted to not get caught into is having too many genres, where it becomes so diluted
confusing.
you can't find it.
Right. So you're based really by genre then, for the most part? And what are those genres? Like
Well,
R&B?
it's your
and-
R&B, rock, rap, indie rock, that kind of stuff.
You get
Okay.
the country. You got to get that
Well,
country.
of course, you got to have country.
Do you have country on
Country,
there?
yes.
Yeah,
Country's
that's
loyal
great.
fans.
Yeah,
Okay.
loyal fans and
As a matter of
America's
fact,
most
yeah.
popular genre.
Matter of
Is
fact,
it?
we'll go
Yeah.
see something country this week.
What's that?
We're going to country this
Yes,
week.
we just got invited to Tim McGraw, courtesy of our compadres here at Madhouse.
That's
So
great.
I'm looking
That's
forward to
fun.
I'm looking for a pair of size 6 cowboy boots, people. So reach out to me. I have 3 days.
Yeah!
But, okay, so getting back to it, so people find you.
Yes.
Like, if I'm an artist, I guess, if you weren't on this show and visible in that way, how would I know about you initially?
Well, we do a lot of reaching out to artists through our social media, but we
Oh,
also
we have another
just-
phone call.
Oh, let's take it, okay. Thanks, I
Sorry.
didn't interrupt
No
you, but
worries.
calls are fun. Hi, who are we speaking to?
Lip Wally.
Lip
Lip
Wally!
We love Lip Wally.
Hey, yeah, we do. Everybody loves Lip Wally, right? Hey, Phil, how's it going?
Lip Wally is.
How are you, honey?
Good, how you guys doing?
We're doing good, we're doing good. As a matter of fact, we just gave a shout out to Twisted Talent.
Yes, I saw that.
As you saw that, he is watching
That's
too.
right, you're watching. So you actually have some interaction with our guest tonight, is that correct?
That is correct. Actually, I have 2 questions for him.
Okay.
Yes.
Where's my money? Oh. Go ahead, Phil.
What's going on, Lance? How you doing? Hi,
Doing
Dad,
good.
Vinny, how's everybody?
Hi, sweetie.
Everybody's good, babe.
Good, good. I actually have 2 questions for you.
Yes.
First question, what do you look for in an artist to be on the High Five site as well as the video interview?
Sure. So actually, he's bringing up something I was going to allude
Good
to
question.
in a moment.
Yeah.
So we do have, we're talking about how do we promote the artists. We have a companion website called HiFive Insider, which is our e-magazine that we use to help tell the stories of the artists that are on our site. So Lip Wally actually was one of our very first video interview that we did, and we did it at his Blue Room Studios, and we talked about his upcoming music, his influences, and things of the nature. So then we start spreading it on our social media so people can start getting interested in it. So, so in terms of what we look for great music. When somebody brings their music to HiFiveMusic, it goes through a submission process, basically to weed out music that's just not produced well. One of the problems with the digital age is everybody can get into music, which is a beautiful thing. It doesn't
Right.
cost very much money anymore to be able to produce music and make it good. But the problem is
However.
that the problem is that when you start recording on iPhones and
All right, so we're
things like
looking
that.
we're looking for good quality music,
Exactly.
good
Right, because
recorded
that's going to
music.
represent not only your company, but the other people, the people that are affiliated with your company.
Right, and most
Absolutely.
importantly,
I mean,
the
it's-
artist
it's
itself.
kind
You
of
know, we
a-
want to make
yeah.
sure they're in the best light possible.
And what's your second question?
As one of your top 25 artists on the High Five site, what can I expect?
Oh man, well, we expect great things for you. It's Lip Wally is a great musician. It's his piano work is that's what his
Yeah,
name
he's
is.
great.
He's a great
Yeah.
instrumentalist, and I expect to see him. Especially with his kind of music, collaboration starting to happen from this. As our social media starts to mature, the beats that he makes, he working with other artists to promote their music, promote his music. He has a team of guys that he works with as well. So we're trying to bring everybody up together.
Well, we're a little biased because Phil's very dear to our heart.
Oh.
He's like my brother, I mean, I can't.
Yeah, it was
Hey,
funny.
make that right, Phil?
And actually, Phil is going to be a guest on our show in 2 weeks from now, Monday, September.
22nd.
Oh my God, June 22nd.
June 22nd.
Him and
2-2.
his lovely girl, Christine Corrado, they're going to come on. Hi, Chrissy. But I do remember when we met Phil. I'm just going to say it really. Hi, Chris.
That's my girl.
We had Casey Cologne on
Yes.
as a guest, and he
Yes.
said, like halfway through the show, he said, "My friend's here. Can he come on set?" So he came on, and there was just like an instant
Yeah.
respect, admiration. For we just had a click, and ever since then, right, Phil? We've been friends and collaborated, and
Ever since.
Phil's
Yeah.
done a lot for us.
he's great.
And even Christine now,
Yeah.
she's part of the whole
They're
package. yeah.
amazing.
But-
They're like my brother and sister, the two of them. It's
Yeah,
just-
yeah, definitely.
we love you dearly.
You're like our baby brother and
I love you
sister.
guys too.
Chrissy, you too, and I will see you guys Monday night because Phil's coming down to film my comic act.
Oh,
so
great.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the call.
Everybody needs to come down and watch you, Vinny.
Thank you, buddy. Thank
And
you.
everybody needs to watch you in 2 weeks. You'll be right here in the Madhouse, which is a great thing.
Yeah,
So
can't wait.
We love you.
guys,
Thanks
and
for
we'll
calling.
We'll talk to you. Thanks for calling in, guys. Bye.
Shout out to David in the background.
Hi, David in the background. Okay, thanks, you guys. Bye-bye.
Yeah, take it. Bye-bye.
So that's a great concept, it shows professionalism.
Right.
As
Some of
far
it-
as, weeding out, making sure that.
Right.
Music, because what is that gonna make your site look like? When somebody else goes on and says, I'd like to maybe get my music on, you might have a really, again, talented
Right.
person, but now they hear this and they're like, well,
Yeah,
you know.
that's it. But most importantly, it's representative of the artists themselves.
Yeah.
We want to make sure they're in the best light. That's why we offer production services too. So,
Well, I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, so if you have somebody, say I send something in and it's really not, greatest quality, but you hear something,
Yeah.
you know that the talent's there, so now you can step in and say, well, I can't use you as is, but I do have a production company.
yes.
We can make it sound the way it's supposed to sound.
Right, and the idea behind that was to be affordable. So one of the things that makes music production tricky, especially nowadays, is just how much it costs to make a good record.
Right.
So,
Right.
so we've have great partners at Voodoo Studios in Port Jefferson, and we work with them to do the mixing, the mastering, and recording for these artists. I actually produce music myself, so a lot of times I'll work with my team of people, and I have guitarists, bassists, drummers, the whole nine, so that we can put together a polished product, so that when you put your stuff on HiFive, you're proud of it. One of our artists, Johnny Grimer, so he goes by Grimer on HiFiveMusic. He was brought up all the way from the bottom. He came in, we had the lyrics, and then we worked together and crafted the beats. Then we went to the studio and recorded it. Then we released it on HiFiveMusic. We're doing a second album this summer. So that's a great example of somebody who has that innate talent, and then we help to bring it out. So it's a full service package. We can
Right.
bring you from concept all the way out to the release.
Right, because what if, you could have somebody with the bare essentials of from the roots.
Yes.
But doesn't know where to go from there.
Yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? And without somebody, divine intervention coming in and helping them, you know what I mean? That's great. And who owns Voodoo? Because I've heard of them.
Yeah, so that's owned by Mike Watts.
Okay.
And then the engineer that we work with directly is Frank Mataratona, and he does,
Okay.
so I was working with Frank before.
That's his last name, Mataratona?
Yeah, it's very long. It's
Wow, yeah.
but it's
I've
actually
never-
it's easier to say than it looks like it should be.
Wow.
Frankie
But,
Taratona, hey.
Yeah,
Yes.
but no, he's a phenomenal engineer. I've worked with Frank for the last couple of years now, and so he's the one who does all the work for HiFiveMusic, and he's part of Voodoo Studios. But they, both of them are incredible ears. That's the most important thing. They
Yeah,
have a lot of
exactly.
ears, a lot of attention to detail,
Yeah.
which is very, very important. A lot of people skip over some of the basic stuff, but they'll take the time to make sure the microphone is exactly in the right spot, so that
Really?
you can capture the perfect performance. And
So, I have a question for you.
yeah.
Do you
You
sleep?
gotta call in.
Hold on, I'm calling in. When do you sleep? Because you have so many facets.
I know, it's,
of what you do. It's so many different things.
It would be great if we didn't require it. I've always kind of thought of sleeping a waste of time. I hate it. If
Yeah,
if I didn't have to,
We
I
have
wouldn't.
another caller.
Okay. Oh, we have another caller. Okay. Hello, caller. How are you tonight? And thank you calling in to the Soluri No Guts No Glory Hour.
Thank you for having me. My name's Alex, and I'm a musician, and currently I have work up on Spotify. I just want to know what the differences are between, say, this new website that Lance is speaking about in comparison to, say, Spotify and Tidal,
Sure. So
Jay-Z's new site.
yeah. So I mean, the biggest difference between what HiFiveMusic does and a traditional streaming service is that a traditional streaming service has a user pay a monthly fee to have access to the entire library. And then an artist would normally get paid through the number of streams that they have at a very, very low fraction. You know, you're talking
I was gonna say,
0.0011
yeah.
cents per stream.
Thousands of the percentage, yeah.
Right.
That's crazy.
Whereas on HiFiveMusic, for every subscription you sell, you get $2. So you're talking about a factor of 2,000 in some cases, more money that you're making per customer. So if you can, we work with the artists through HiFive Insider and through our social media, and that's one of the things that differentiates us most, is that we actually have a marketing team that works with the artists to help promote their music, and nobody else does that. We
Right.
take the time to really help launch artists' careers. So between us helping you out as an artist to launch a career and the things that you would be doing on your own anyway, if you convert your Facebook likes and your Twitter followings and your concerts into actual subscriptions, you would be making a lot more money per subscription than you would ever would through a stream. And think about it: if you had 100,000 streams on Spotify, you're talking about a few $1,000.
So Alex, what we're trying to tell you is get your album together and come on down to HiFiveMusic.
be uploading it tonight.
There you
Sounds like a
go,
plan.
baby.
Look
Make
forward
some
to it.
Very
money.
good. Alex, thank you so much for calling in, and we hope you continue to watch the Soluri No Guts, No Glory Hour right here on Madhouse.
Definitely will do.
Thank you, sweetie.
so much.
And you have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Wow, great questions. These people
Yeah,
calling in
yeah.
with some great questions.
Absolutely.
You have the answers for them all,
Mm-hmm.
and that's awesome. So,
I think we have to do a commercial.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure. Yeah,
We're going to- okay.
We're going to commercial. We're going to be back.
Stay with us with this most
Lance
talented
Day.
and creative man, Lance Day.
Yeah,
We'll be right
thank
back.
Guys, ready for the show? Yeah. Enjoy.
After all the candles are blown out, after the last toast of the night, Cambridge paving stones with ArmorTech stand the test of time. Beautifully designed, built to last. Only Cambridge paving stones have ArmorTech, our unique process that produces a rich, distinctive color. Create your own memories with Cambridge paving stones. Visit CambridgePavers.com.
Cambridge paving stones with ArmorTech will always look like new.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
You know you already want a Toyota, but when you want more from your Toyota store, you want Smithtown Toyota, where every Toyota comes with Smithtown Toyota's Toyota for Life program, giving you lifetime New York State inspections, lifetime 10% discounts on all parts and service, 2 years of complimentary oil changes, 2 years of scheduled maintenance, and more, all at no cost to you, plus low clear-out deals on every Toyota in stock. Get more from your Toyota store. Hurry to Smithtown Toyota.
Dunkin' Donuts are always fresh. I made the donut. We make them at least twice every day. Time to make the donuts. Not a few kinds, like supermarket. Made the donuts. Time to make the donuts. But up to 52 varieties. The donuts. Time to make the donuts. I made the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, up to 52 varieties, fresh day and night. No supermarket can say.
Like you were never here.
Hey, welcome back. Listen, before we do anything else, I just want to clarify. It's twistedtalent.net.
Oh,
Twistedtalent.net.
I'm so
That's where you go
sorry.
get that apparel.
I said .com, sorry, .net, twistedtalent.net for
Yeah.
great apparel.
Great apparel.
Which we have to go on and order
apparel.
ourselves.
Just go on, look at it. Trust me, you'll buy something.
Yeah, a lot of hot chicky stuff too, which
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
So anyway, we have a caller.
Yes, we do.
Caller, good evening. How are you today?
Hey, how's it going? It's Casey.
Oh,
Hey!
hi, Casey. Thanks for calling
My man
in.
Casey.
How are you, sweetheart?
How's things, buddy?
They're really great, man. We're just wrapping up a couple projects in the studio right now. We wanted to give David a big shout out. I really like what he's doing.
David Mann, yeah.
It's a very intelligent way to tackle the new music industry. So shout out to you, man.
So are you putting together an album right now?
Yeah, it's a mixtape because it has a couple of projects, sample beats and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the album's coming soon, and that'll definitely be indicative as to how Hi-Fi music goes.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, Casey, you're so talented. You know, since we first heard you, we know how talented you are. So it's nice to know that you guys all kind of have some kind of interaction in the music industry. You know, you all kind of help each other out and keep the talent moving, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the way you got to do it. And I was a little interested in hearing from David. He mentioned that they have a marketing and everything for the artists that they take on. I wanted to know if he can give any specifics about that, or.
Yeah, sure. So one of the things that we do for a lot of our artists, especially the high-performing ones, is we put together kind of a marketing rollout plan for different artists. So let's say you're a hip-hop artist, for example. Where's the best place for that music to be heard? Who's their target audience? So we actually sit in meetings and kind of figure these things out. And then we start to attack our social media that way for individual acts. And then also on our Insider magazine, we'll actually go ahead and do articles on you. We bring a camera crew. We can do video interviews. We do HFM sessions, which is like an unplugged kind of a concert kind of a thing.
That's great.
So a lot of different ways to help get the exposure, get the shares, get the likes, and just get eyeballs on the music. That's the whole point, is to make sure we get people looking at your stuff.
That's
Beautiful,
great. I mean,
beautiful. Good question, Casey.
So, yeah, Casey, that's a great question, actually. And hopefully, people are going to start seeing Casey Cologne on HiFiveMusic.com real soon, because, you know, you got some good stuff.
Thank you.
We
Thank you. I'm going to try and be in as many places as possible once the time comes. It's come really soon.
Well, we have no doubt about that, do we?
Support.
That's
And,
great.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for your
Casey,
support.
thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you for calling in. We'll see you soon.
All right, take care.
Okay, bye, honey.
All right.
So now, the magazine,
Yes.
where does someone get that magazine?
It's an e-magazine, so you can go to HiFiveInsider.com. So HIFIVE Insider.com.
Okay.
So how big is your team? I mean, because you need, I mean, I know you're talented, but you can't be doing everything.
No,
You just have so much
person can do
going
this
on.
alone. It's impossible.
So how big of a team would you say, for the most part, that you have?
It's 12 people on the
12
team.
people? Wow, good.
And so Dave and I are out every day doing a lot of stuff.
And you've handpicked these people through people you've already known,
Yeah,
or you've
people-
actually gone out to
yeah,
people you
that-
know and trust?
Yeah, no, people that we know
that
and
are
trust.
pound the pavement. you know,
Exactly,
and
and
all that.
it's a great team, and I'm humbled by them because there's no way in the world this is possible by yourself. And they believed in my vision, and they work really hard and sacrifice a lot of hours, a lot of time to help me achieve that. And
That's
I
great.
can't thank them enough. So from the bottom of my heart, I thank the whole team for everything they do on a daily basis.
Do you have the team? The team is the one that goes out and finds some of these people?
So there's a lot of different people. We have a team that does writing for the Insider. We have a team that does marketing. We have a team that goes and looks for bands.
I want to be part of your team. It's the dream team.
You know, me and Janet go see bands all the time. I
Yeah.
think. You know, it's funny because we go out a lot.
Yeah.
You know, we you know what our motto is? We're gonna live our life before we die.
That's what we got.
So that's what we do. We try not to sit around. You know, we try to do as much as
Support
we can
and support and
everybody. Like
that
like
knows us,
like
knows
anybody
that,
that's
yeah.
been our guest, anybody that's been a friend.
Yeah.
We support. We come out and see their band, and we get to see a lot of people, a lot of things. And it's funny because a lot of people follow us on Facebook. A lot of people follow our show.
Yeah.
And when we go places, they always say, "You guys are always doing something."
Yeah, we are. I guess like they say, I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Yeah,
you
true.
know.
It's plenty of time to sleep when you're dead.
Well, that's the thing, you know. It's Hi-Fi makes it there for artists. So it's not just us behind a computer. We're not just trying to extract money. That's not.
Right.
I'm a musician. And
Right.
it's for us by
It's
us. you know?
it's for a love and
Well, you know,
appreciation.
you know what
of
the thing
music,
is.
you
The
know,
funny
really.
thing is that you're doing it for the artist.
Yeah.
You're getting the recognition for the artist. You're getting money in their pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting 2/3 of it. You're
Yeah.
getting a third.
Yeah.
So you're working for the artist.
Yeah,
and that's
what
great.
it's about. And you know, it's I recognize that was a problem in the music industry for a long time.
I was going to say,
It's-
listen, we are overridden with nothing but greed lately. Greed, and you got to get back more to just having some soul
Absolutely.
involved in all of this. Do you know what I mean? Because it comes down to having heart
Yes.
in your interactions with other fellow human beings. I mean, I know I'm getting really philosophical, sounding, but seriously,
it's true.
everything's been blown up because of greed, and coming back, bring it down, which is what you're doing, you know?
That's the plan. You know, it's really about unity. That's what high five means. You know, when you give somebody a high five, it's about connecting. It's about coming together.
That's right. I like that.
And that's what we're trying to capture with this website, with this business model. It's a way for independent artists, emerging artists, to finally have a way to make money. That's been my dream. You know, it's if they can, you know, make a full-time job salary being a musician, mission accomplished.
Right.
Well, that's and you know that's your dream. That's a lot of artists' dreams.
Yeah.
That's what they want to do. They want to do music for money. That's it. That's their livelihood.
That's true. And if you talk to 9 out of 10 artists and ask them why they're in it, they're not in it necessarily for the fame and the spoils and the riches. They just love music and they just love doing it every day. That's what fuels them. And imagine a world where they can actually do that, where they can wake up, write music, and go on the road, perform their music, and make a actual salary doing it. And that's what they do. You go to school to become a music major, and now there's a platform that exists where you can sell your music in a way that actually makes you money, in a way that you can support yourself.
Exactly. I think,
Right, and it makes it easier for an artist to make money doing music.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And like you said, you could take your Twitter accounts, your Facebook connections, and all that, and spread it out there, and everybody. I mean, listen, it's $3.
Yes. It's not that
So if you
much.
have if you do an album, you have enough friends.
Yeah.
$3.
Yeah.
They're getting your music. You know, they're going to enjoy it. You know, they're supporting you, and it's going to spread out more and more.
That's the plan.
So you're only going to grow from there.
right.
It's a very, very intelligent move.
Yeah, well, I was sitting here as he was speaking, and I'm really thinking, you're a very eloquent young man. I mean, and you're young. I'm not going to say your age on camera because people don't like that. But when off camera, I had asked you how old you were because
He's too big to be eloquent.
No, that's the beauty of it. Seriously, you're very, very impressive. I just find that everything, you just say everything in a way that's, you're intelligent, you're talented, you're definitely a go-getter. I don't want to say hustler because that sounds cheap, you know what I mean? But I'm trying to think of the right word for it, but you just like you're
He is a
all-
go-getter, man.
Yeah, you're all rolled up, creative.
That's his hustle. That's his hustle. Music's his hustle,
Creative,
man.
and you're bringing a whole new platform to really so many talented people out there. And we know a lot of you guys out there. You're talented, you know, and you need this platform that you have so wonderfully brought to everybody here now.
Well, step up. Just look into the camera and just tell them where to go to find you.
Well, you can find us at www.hifivemusic.com, HIFIVE music.com, and also at HiFiveInsider.com as well for more stories about the upcoming artists.
Awesome.
Great.
All right, our time is pretty much ran out.
It is. I just
Already?
want to.
Oh, wow.
I just want to say before we say goodbye to Lance that next week we have returning Mike Funk, actor, artist, musician, and he's coming on with Frank Ferruccio and also Haley. I forget her last name, but the actress from Diamonds to Dust. They're going to be talking about the movie that they just made based on Jane Mansfield.
Right.
So.
And right after that show,
Right after that show,
we're going to
zipping
run
out
down
of
to the
here.
Revolution.
To Revolution.
I'm going to jump on the stage,
Yeah.
and I'm going to debut my comic act.
So definitely, if everybody
come
can-
support me,
can
come
meet
down
us
see
down
me,
there.
come laugh with me.
And we want to thank off camera David Mann, who is usually a part of this wonderful venture that you're on.
He's one of the
And
leaders of the team.
That's right. He's just in the background, but he's not really in the background. He's one of those silent guys that's strong and silent.
Right.
So we want to thank you, David, for being here as well. And Lance, you're an amazing person.
Thank you. Thank you so
And we'd
much.
love to have you back. Next time,
Absolutely.
I'm going to invite you back to play some music.
Definitely.
I want to
Good
hear
deal.
all 15 of those instruments.
All right, we'll have the
You
practice.
promise? Okay, very good. So until next week, you guys have a great week. Thanks for tuning in.
Keep
It means
tuning
a lot.
in.
High Five, HIFIVE music.com. That's it. Have a great week.